Welcome to Missing People's Psychic Readings. I'm Margaret. If you like, subscribe and put your thumbs up if you want. So today's going to be a bit different. I'm not going to do a reading on Melissa. I'm going to give you my thoughts and theory related to her. But before I start, I'll tell you a bit about Melissa. Now this is on what Anthony said and the police say, alright? So I just want to put that out there, alright? So what happened is, in 2020, don't know what day or time, but the police came to their house. She got caught up. She was a con artist, right? Pretty much that's what it is, okay? That night she was worried about it. Makes sense, she was worried about it. And sometime through that night, she walked at the front door. Her son saw her, but she walks out the front door and she never comes back, okay? So 30 hours later, Anthony reported this to the police. That's okay. It's everywhere. It's on the news, the internet, everything. Because she's a con artist, right? So they're looking for one there. So what happened about 2-3 months later, they found a shoe at a beach. It's not far from their house. And there was a boot, foot in it. Okay, it was just a foot in it. But they realised it was Melissa's foot, so it's her, right? So they assumed that she's passed, okay? And that's pretty much the nutshell of it. There's more to it if you want to watch it. It's on 60 Minutes, that's right. If you see the front of it, it's called Catch Me If You Can. So yeah, that's one. So it's really interesting. And like I said, I'm going to give you my thoughts and theories on it. So I'm going to start off when the police came to the house. They haven't done anything wrong, but I found this really interesting to talk about the office with Anthony. Anthony locks the office because what happened? Someone tried to break into the house. Okay, so they locked the office. Makes sense. Got personal stuff in it. Makes sense, right? So that's okay. That's fine. But to talk about, like I said, the son saw her last walking out the front door. And I find this really interesting because like I said, it makes sense with the office, but don't talk about the CCTV camera. Do they have one? Don't they have one? Do you see Melissa walking out the door? Does the son see her walking out the door? And I found this really interesting because if you look at the whole situation with the house, like she conned people in to giving her money from $20 million to $30 million all up, okay? With relatives, friends, and her father-in-law. Yeah, she conned everyone into it. So you think a CCTV camera would be important, seeing who comes in, who goes out, that kind of stuff. And when the police came in, that's important, yeah? So you think a CCTV would be important, but there's no mention of it, and I thought that really is odd, yeah. So, yeah, basically if you're worrying about an office, it's very important. So I thought that's really odd. And then I thought to myself too, because what happened yesterday, I watched 60 Minutes, because I had no idea, not much about her disappearing. I knew she was calling people in, the police called her out. Her shoe and her foot was found on the beach. That's pretty much it. But it's really interesting. When I was watching 60 Minutes, to talk about Lisa going to Anthony's dad about trying to con him and giving her money, right? And I found that really interesting. This is where my theory starts, okay? And I thought to myself, I wonder if Anthony knew that she went to him, his father, because it's really interesting. Because if I knew someone was conning me or someone into giving them money, I'd be quite pissed off, right? Especially the amount that she did, yeah? So I would be pissed off with that. So I wonder if he talked to his father about this, okay? And then it leads into him knowing that she conned people and giving her money. And it makes you worry, because my theory would be, okay, if she's trying to come my father giving me her money, who else is she doing this to, right? And it made me think, that would make me really pissed off, right? Especially with that amount of money, yeah? So I thought to myself, will it make you so annoyed that you go and kill your partner? That's a lot of money. You can't even, your mother-in-law giving you money, you had money, your father, money to your wife, that kind of stuff. So it made me think, did he actually murder her? He has a good layaway, I think that's how you say, where she goes off. She got caught from with the con from the police, so that's a good reason that she ran off. Yeah, no one wouldn't know any better. That's a good, good scheme there, right? And when that's all happening, he's planting his little seeds and murdered her. So did he do it? Yeah. So that made me think, and later on, did he just plant the shoot at the beach? Because the reason I say this is a story out there. Kendall, I think that's how you say it. She's a YouTuber. She's really good. She got over 2.4 million people watching her. So it's very good. But she talks about this guy, John. He wanted insurance. So he's planned his own death. And later on he gets called out, okay? I'll put down the name for it so you can watch it, but it's quite a good story. And it made me think about Anthony, yeah? Because if you're pissed off with someone so badly, using you, abusing you, con you into things, yeah, and makes you a good reason, okay? Yeah. So the other theory is what's thinking about this, because when you watch 60 Minutes, you see her getting interviewed from the police. Melissa getting interviewed from the police, and she looks a bit concerned and worried. That makes sense. She just got caught up being in the con artist, yeah. But did they plan this ahead of time before it happened? Did her and Anthony plan this ahead of time to the point where, okay, this is what we need to do. Let's make an appointment where I'll be like the hairdressers, whatever, okay? And I thought that's really interesting, okay? So that, okay, this is what we're going to do. And they planned it all before it did happen. And he was in on it all along. Yeah. Because you, and I get the idea you can't read a person's body language because every body language is different. Everyone sees things differently. I get that. But what it really makes me interested looking at him and watching him, to me he seems a bit too, I don't normally say this, but cocky, like try and catch me. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like he's trying to say, try and catch me kind of feel to it. In one way or another. Murder or going with this plan, that kind of thing. So I thought I'll share that with you because it's really interesting, this story. Yeah, because like I said, if you watch the Kendall story, this John story, it's really interesting how he did it. Because the one part of it, he gets the boat, goes up the seas, goes back to another part of the sea or beach, whatever. He takes the boat back out and he's on the beach waiting for his wife. He goes to another country, comes back. Yeah. So it's the same with the shoe. Okay. I think it was like about 6 months later they found the boat. 3 months later they found the shoe. So that's really interesting, I thought, yeah. So I'll probably leave that with you because I thought there's two, he could easily plant that shoe on the beach, easily. Anyone could easily plant something like that, yeah. So, I mean, you can easily plant keys, a book, anything like that, 10 months later, kind of thing. So it made me thought and think, Could they have done this together? Was he so annoyed he murdered her? I mean, if someone done that to me, I would be so annoyed, I would report him to the police straight away. So yeah, it made me think. So I'll just leave this for you. See what you think. Leave your thoughts down the bottom. It's a really interesting story. I would highly recommend this to YouTube, 60 Minutes Australia, and Kendall with John. I'll put the names down for you, but it's really interesting, okay? Thumbs up if you like, subscribe if you want, and leave anything down in the comments if you want. Bye.